Greetings, everybody. I hope that you guys are good. We're now having a look at Standard Bank, and as you guys know, we normally start off our analysis on the monthly chart. And in regards to this particular chart, we can see that the market currently is moving sideways, right? We have this sideways movement where price is moving in a range, and what this tells us, guys, is that a breakout rather is imminent. We're either gonna see a breakout to the upside or a breakout to the bottom side, right? Ideally, myself, I would love to see a breakout to the bottom side, and that is because that would give me a very nice opportunity to enter, and my take profit would be this level over here. Why do I say this level? That's because we have this candlestick over here, right? What this candlestick is a bullish candlestick with a small body and quite a long upper wick. And what it tells us, guys, is that at the top where it starts or ends, there's a lot of money stuck there. And remember that the market will always go to where the money is, right? The market will always go to where the money is. So if you were to get a nice entry at around this level or at the bottom, your take profit, in my humble opinion, should be around this area over here, right? And this is a very nice distance, actually. Imagine if you entered here and the market pushes all the way to this point over here. It's a very nice distance, and you're guaranteed to make quite a bit of money for yourself, right? Nonetheless, I'm not saying that at this point in time we should just be buying. I'm saying, in other words, that we should be looking for possible buying opportunities in and around this area over here. Nonetheless, let's head down to the smaller time frames to see if we can find an entry. Anyway, let's go down to the weekly chart. And here we are on the weekly chart, guys. Let's have a look. What do we see on the weekly chart? Let's have a look. On the weekly chart, we can see that the market has given us a triple top at this point. This is the first leg of the triple top. This is the center leg, and this is the third leg. Can you guys see that? And we can also say that this triple top has a neckline at that level, and you guys know by now that whenever it comes to these triple tops, we want to see price break into the bottom side of that neckline, heading back to the neckline to test it, and at that point is where we would look for those potential selling opportunities, right? So as much as, guys, we have this triple top with a neckline at this point, just also bear in mind that we have another M structure over here which also has a neckline at that point, and we can see that the neckline at this point has been broken to the bottom side. And what now needs to happen is that, or what we want to see now, is price heading back to the neckline to test it, and at this point is where a lot of traders and investors will be looking for those potential selling opportunities, and their face take profit will be this area over here, and that's because that's where this smaller M structure started, right? And keep in mind that I also spoke about how we have this big triple top, and once price closes below this neckline of this triple top over here, people are going to wait for price to head back to the neckline to test it, and at that point is where they will look for further selling opportunities, and their take profit will be this level over here. Why do I say this level? That's because that's more or less where this triple top started, as you guys can see, right? And at this point, some people will be looking for those potential buying opportunities. Remember, on the bigger time frame, which is the monthly chart, I said that I would love to see a breakout to the bottom side, because that would give me a very nice distance in as far as my entries go. Because if I, let's say for example, I enter at this point and my take profit is that remember that long candlestick that I spoke about earlier, that's carrying all of that liquidity, and I said that that should make you quite a lot of money, actually, right? Nonetheless, guys, I'm not saying that you should just be buying. I'm saying that we should look for reasons and confirmation and confluence for why we should be buying. We're just not gonna buy. We're gonna look for reasons for why we should be buying, right? Anyway, let's continue, guys. I'm just gonna add some necklines to those structures. Number one, I'm gonna add a neckline for this smaller M structure, right? And then I'm gonna add another neckline for that bigger triple top. Just bear with me, guys, right, which is over here. And just remember that necklines are not actual lines, they are areas, right? So we could say, in other words, that this area over here is the neckline of this M structure, right? And then again, we could say that, let me just zoom in a bit, we could say that this area over here more or less is the neckline of this M structure, or that triple top. Can you guys see that, right? And guys, another thing that I also want to mention is that, remember, this triple top over here, right, actually started at this point, in my humble opinion, and we might potentially see the market push all the way down to around this level over here, which is in line with this level, which is where it started, in my humble opinion. And at this point, we might then see a reversal of sorts. At this point is where we might see a reversal of sorts, where the market gives us this very nice W structure, and at this point is where we would look for those potential buying opportunities, and our take profit would be that rather that candlestick that I spoke about, right, where it ends at the top, right? So what I'm doing right now, guys, is speculating, right? I'm not saying that should price from where it is, right, move further down to this point. At this point is where we are just gonna buy. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying at this point over here is where we will look for potential buying opportunities. Potential buying opportunities. I just have to stress that, guys. Anyway, let's continue. Another thing that I also want to point out is that if I can just zoom in a bit, is that let's see, we have this W structure over here, right? And normally what happens when it comes to W structures is that a lot of traders and investors buy on the second leg of the W structure, and they place their stop losses just below, right? So there's a lot of money stuck at this level over here, right? And as much as I'm saying that ideally we want to see price push further down to around this level over here, right? What may possibly happen is the market may push even further down to grab all of those stop losses, and then after grabbing all of that liquidity, we might then see a reversal of sorts, and the market would then give us this W structure. Can you guys see that? I hope what I'm saying makes sense. Anyway, from here, what I'm going to do is head down to the daily chart. Let's have a look. And just remember, guys, just to recap, remember on the weekly chart, we spoke about how we have this structure over here, which is an M formation, which is a neckline at that point, and we also spoke about how we have this triple top. Remember, just keep that in the back of your mind. This level is the neckline of this M structure. This level is the neckline of this triple top. Remember, so there is plenty of scope for the market to continue to push further down, right? Anyway, what else do we see at this point? I don't see much here in regards to the daily chart. Let's have a look, right? Let's have a look, right? Yeah, so that's it, guys, as far as my analysis goes. At this point, I would not be buying or selling. I'd rather wait for the market to actually push further down to all of those levels that I spoke about, and at those levels is where I would look for potential buying opportunities. Another thing that I also want to mention, guys, is that if you look at on the daily chart where we have this area over here, remember earlier I said we have this triple top, right? We have this triple top. What may also be happening possibly here, guys, is that as much as we have this triple top over here, we also have, if you look closely, a W structure over here, right? We have a W structure. This is the first leg of that W structure, and this is the second leg of the W structure. Also, when you look at this candlestick over here, it's a pin bar. It's a reversal candlestick pattern, and it gives us a hint that we might see a reversal of sorts. And remember, guys, that when it comes to these W structures, a lot of traders and investors buy on that second leg of that W structure. So this may be a trap. In other words, this may be a trap because number one, a lot of people are seeing this pattern, right, and are buying at this point and putting their stop losses just above, right? And remember, stop losses represent money, and what may be happening is that the market is about to actually at this point move further up to trigger all of those stop losses, right? So you just need to be careful, right? That's why I'm saying that myself personally at this point I would not be making any trades because it's a risky area to be making trades at. What I would do, guys, rather is to wait for the market to push further down to those levels that I spoke about, and at those levels is where I would look for those potential buying opportunity, right? So that's my analysis. I hope it makes sense. If you have any further questions, just let me know, and remember to subscribe and like, and peace out, everybody.